fans, it's me, Kerrigan, and today is an extra special day because I'm here with Helena Dahlgren, who is the author of the Star Stable book series. She's an amazing writer, makes you feel like you are in the Star Stable world. I'm a big-time Star Stable game fan. When I heard these books, I had to read them! Yeah, and I'm so excited to hear about your family, so tell me a bit about yourself. Do you have a big family?
Well, yeah, sort of. I'm the oldest of 3 kids. Obviously, we're all grown up now. But I have a sister who lives in England and a brother who lives in Stockholm. We're all from Sweden. I was born and raised in Sweden. And I divide my time between Stockholm and the north of Sweden. And most important thing is that I have 2 daughters as well, twin girls that turned 11 in April. And they're big Star Stable fans too.
Well, that's amazing, cool,
yeah.
And awesome, all mixed together. Well, that's just amazing. Well, anyway, now it's time to find out. So, did you ride horses growing up?
I did, yeah. Once or twice a week at a riding academy for about 15 years. So I was probably 5 when I started riding, and I was really into jumping. Do you like jumping?
Well, I don't jump yet, but I'm still waiting. But after I learn how to carry and learn how to jump, and then the last thing is galloping.
Oh wow, galloping, that's my favorite. Galloping and jumping. You know, I was a bit of a daredevil back when I was riding. I would always love it when it was going really fast, you know, and all those wild and crazy horses. but these days I'm much more careful though. I still ride every once in a while, but not very often.
When did you start writing?
Oh, writing books. I was 5 when I wrote my first story. Yeah. So I was really into writing and reading books growing up, and you know, writing diaries and poems and short stories and making up little stories for myself. So, I mean, writing has always been like a passion of mine ever since I was a tiny kid. So it's definitely been a dream of mine to become a writer, a published author. So I'm really happy that it's actually my job now, you know, writing books. Pretty cool.
Yeah, right. And
yeah.
Just so you know, well, I've never written a book, but I think I'm making one maybe. I don't know if I can.
Oh, you can. Just go for it. I think the number one trick is not to sort of hold yourself back. Just put all your ideas out there, and also read loads of books. That's what I did growing up. I was always reading. And that's really good because it develops your language skills, and it also, you know, adds all sorts of things for imagination. So just keep reading and writing, and you can definitely do it.
Yeah, so now we gotta do, how did you start writing Star Stable books?
Oh, well, good question. I was actually asked by the people who sort of designed the game back in, way back in sort of, I think the game started as a PC game back in 2005. And one of the producers and game designers asked me probably 3 or 4 years ago. They sent me an email wondering whether I was interested in, you know, developing the books based on Star Stable. And I said yes in about 2 seconds. Because like I said earlier, you know, when I grew up, I was riding, I loved horses. I'd love fantasy and adventures. So really didn't take me any time at all to just ponder the question. I was like, yay, of course I'll do it. But I wasn't really that familiar with Star Stable, to be honest, back then. I didn't know how big it was. Like, I didn't know that, you know, girls like you were sitting in the US playing the game. So that was amazing to find out when I started writing the book and, you know, got involved in the whole Jorvik world. So I was asked to do it, but it was definitely a dream.
Now, I love when Lisa Pearson meets Starshine and the bond they share. What was it hard to come up with the horses and different powers for each Soul Rider?
Oh, thank you. That's a lovely thing to say. Well, luckily I was able to lean a little bit, at least, on some of the things that were, already there in the game. Like I didn't have to come up with names for the horses. Obviously Starshine was Starshine. He had a blue mane and tail. But I definitely really, really enjoyed coming up with some of his personality traits. And actually, my favorite horse of the four is probably Tin Can. He's always up to something. And I love how the four horses also, you can see them in the Soul Riders as well. Like Alex is a bit cheeky, she's very brave and she loves going fast, riding in the woods, doesn't care about a thing. And Tin Can is a bit like that. And Lisa is really into music and very, artistic. And Starshine definitely has that, artistic. Not that horses can be artistic, but you understand what I mean. He's very elegant and he definitely fits Lisa. So yeah, it was a bit of, playing match game. I loved it.
So who is your favorite soul rider? Mine's Lisa Pearson, so what's yours?
Well, that's a really difficult question, actually. It's a bit like getting asked, who's your favorite kid if you have children, because I love them all so much. But if I had to pick just one, I would probably go with Linda, just because of the fact that she's so much like me. She loves books. She's also really into show jumping, which I was back when I was riding. She loves, going to school and learning new things. She's a bit of a geek. I was total geek at school. I was always, curling up with a book and talking about things I'd learned in books. So Linda is definitely like a kindred spirit of mine. But I love them all very dearly.
So I'm Jorvik when I'm reading your books. I'm just ready to write about this amazing world.
Oh yeah, Jorvik is such an amazing place, isn't it? Where anything can happen. So writing about Jorvik, I was inspired by all sorts of places, really. I thought a bit about England. I spent a lot of time in the UK growing up, and all those green hills and amazing colours. But I also played a fair amount of the game, trying to navigate myself through Golden Hills Valley and places like that. I'm not very good, unfortunately, at playing the game, but I definitely watched a whole ton of YouTube videos and also had long discussions with the brilliant and talented people who came up with the world of Jorvik, the game directors and creative directors. So especially the first book was definitely like, when you go to school and you have to study for an exam. That's how it felt, but it was like the best exam ever.
That's amazing, awesome, and cool, and wow.
Yep. So do you have a favorite place on Jorvik?
So I think mine is Mistfall, Golden Hills Valley, Silverglade. I think it's all the places I've unlocked. But I think it will be all of Star Stable. Once I unlock all the places, I have unlocked Epona even, and the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaurs. I have not unlocked, and I think there's only one more. On the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, Pandora. I've never been to Pandora.
Pandora, yeah, Pandora. I'm not going to spoil the new book, but Pandora is definitely going to be a part of book 2. It's a very interesting place.
I love that the book, it talks about legend being that all the horses originated on Jorvik and that you can't find certain breeds, any place others in Jorvik. What is your favorite horse?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can be in the real world or Star Stable world.
Yeah, that's right. It's like a big mix between these sort of fantasy horses, the star breeds, the Norwegian ponies, and all these amazing colors. But you also have like fjords, for example. And fjords they originate from Norway, which is my neighboring country. So yeah, I love that on Jorvik we have all sorts of horses from all around the world, and then some.
So right now, I've been thinking about,
Did you want to ask me about my favorite horse breed?
But favorite is the Arabian.
Oh yeah, good choice. They're amazing. They look like fairy tale animals, don't they? That's so noble and so beautiful. Yeah, I love Arabians too. But I have to say, growing up, I was a big fan of Welsh ponies. That's so cute. And I love they have these dainty, cute little profiles, and it's so adorable. But I love Icelandic ponies as well. I actually have a friend who has a farm with like 40 Icelandic ponies. So every summer I would go. I usually go there and go out for a ride in the woods. And she has these foals. Usually they're born in like April and May, so they're like tiny babies now, and that's so cute.
Well, that's amazing, brilliant. That's so happy, and that is just
Yeah, horses just make you so happy. I mean, just thinking about horses, I get like, oh, they're so lovely, and they make you calm as well. I think just being around horses in the stable, brushing them and cuddling them. Don't you find that it's so relaxing being around horses?
Favorite part about writing these books?
Oh, all sorts of stuff, really. I think if I have to just pick one thing, it would probably be the fact that I can go back to being a young horse-loving girl with this whole cool gang of friends out riding and basically saving the world. That is very cool. And I had my 40th birthday in April, so it's definitely been a while since I was a teenager. I think Lisa's 15 in the first book. But I definitely remember what it was like being young and loving horses and meeting your best friends for the first time. So, and obviously meeting all the fans has been just amazing. What did you say? Amazing, awesome, brilliant, fantastic. Yeah, all of the above. People have been so nice to me. And I'm getting all these fantastic messages and emails and shout outs and drawings and poems and videos, and yeah, it's basically like having my birthday and celebrating Christmas every day. So I'm just so happy.
That's really amazing, and that's just so happy.
It really is.
And all of the above.
Yeah, and then some.
And now, what is it like writing a series? Is it difficult to start off from where one book ends?
Well, not really, because whenever I write, I try to plan the next book pretty carefully. So, for instance, when I was finished writing the first book, Jorvik Calling, I already knew what was going to happen in the second book. So I would lay these little clues and hints about what would happen in the next book. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's challenging writing a series, but I think I'm just trying to keep it up and keep it really exciting and fun. And I love horses and I love reading books. So I definitely consider myself like a fangirl as well. So I think that really helps when I'm trying to plot the next book. But I know exactly what it's like sitting at home waiting for a book to be released, because that was me like 15, 20 years ago. So yeah, I mean, writing is hard work, but it's very rewarding as well. So yes.
Jorvik Calling was so exciting to read.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad you liked it.
What can we expect from the Legend Awakens?
Legend Awakens, yeah, that's the second book. And like I said, it's going to be out in September, on September 8th. Well, what you can expect more action, more magic, more mystery, more horses, more drama, more tears, more of everything, really. I had so much fun writing that one. I really dug deep into that little fangirl in me who loved reading these types of books when I was younger. So I think it's probably my favorite book in the series. I'm not sure you're supposed to say that because yeah, you're not supposed to have favorites, but yeah, I think The Legend Awakens is probably my favorite. So I can't wait to share it with you. Really looking forward to it.
And there's gonna be a light ride. I know because of the cover. It kind of looks like that. There's gonna be the light ride.
Yeah, actually the light ride is in the first book, but in the second book they're definitely going to be out riding in the woods a lot, and they're going to be returning to Golden Hills Valley, and you're going to be able to see lots of different places that are familiar from the game, like Silverglade Mansion, for example. The Baroness is going to be there, and yeah, Qualdron Swamp. Yeah, lots of really cool places.
Yeah. So Star Stable is my favorite game, and I'm so excited that you brought it to life in your books. Have you played Star Stable before?
Yes, I have. Yeah. But like I said earlier, I'm not very good at it. I'm sort of good at Star Stable horses, tending to the young foals and making sure they eat properly and stuff. But whenever I play the actual game, I don't think I've ever gotten further than like level 4 or 5, so I'm pretty bad. But luckily I'm good at writing the books, so that counts for something, doesn't it?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I had such a good time talking to you, Kerrigan.
Yes.
And you're such an amazing Star Stable player. You know so much more about the actual game than I do. So thank you for educating me.
And don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for fans, and thank you, Helena.
Thank you. I had such a good time talking to you today.